Sure. Here's a rewritten and rephrased version of the article, maintaining the original tone, critical, satirical, and incredulous, but organizing and clarifying it for better flow and readability. Trump's unorthodox FBI pick, from podcast Mike to the Bureau's #2 spot, with a 20-agent detail. Imagine a tent revivalist, a right-wing podcaster with a merch table full of snake oil and children's books proclaiming Donald Trump as a king. That's the kind of figure Trump decided should help run the FBI. He reassures the agency's career agents, "Don't worry, I may be an outsider, but I respect your work so much that I'll appoint one of your own as my deputy. An experienced insider. Someone you trust." Did that happen? Not even close. Instead, Trump's circle installed another podcaster, this time, a tough guy caricature whose brand revolves around tight t-shirts, bulging biceps, melodramatic talk about fighting and dying for the cause, red, Trump, and endless affirmations of Trump's greatness. That man is Dan Bongino, and now he's the new deputy director of the FBI. No prior FBI experience. Just vibes, merch, and muscles. And how's it going so far? Well, here's a recent headline: previous deputy directors. Maybe a part-time escort for public events. A full detail only for international travel. Bongino, though? He's rolling with a full-time team inside FBI headquarters. 2 former officials confirmed his security has even followed him into secured FBI facilities, something unheard of, even for the director. The image, a former podcast host flanked by a 20-agent phalanx while pacing the halls of the nation's premier law enforcement agency. For what? Paranoia? Ego? Or just a deep-seated fear of being alone? Meanwhile, the Trump administration is in full, everything must go, mode. Budget slashes are hitting libraries, science programs, disease research, weather forecasting, education, veteran services, you name it. But rest assured, there's always money for new office decor and extravagant perks for Trump's appointees. Case in point, Kash Patel, another Trump loyalist, demanded a redecorated office on day one and reportedly spent a lot of time in Las Vegas, all on the taxpayer's dime. And now we're also footing the bill to guard his muscle-bound deputy around the clock, even while he sleeps. Or uses the restroom. Because apparently, that's where we are now. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum's demands: cookies, firewood, and a helicopter. But the extravagance doesn't stop at the FBI. New Interior Secretary Doug Burgum, yes, the same Burgum who ran for president, has a well-known preference: warm, freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. This turned from fun fact to workplace directive when his chief of staff instructed employees to learn how to bake cookies in the department's industrial ovens. For the secretary. And his guests. And that's just the beginning. Staff have reportedly been turned into waiters, ordered to serve multi-course meals. When a batch of cookies was deemed subpar, an appointee was told to bake them again. It's cookie quality control at the highest level of government. Sources defending Burgum have clarified, staff don't need to make the dough, it's store-bought. They just bake it. You know, like it's totally reasonable government work. In addition to the cookie assignments, appointees were reportedly stacking firewood in his office fireplace and removing labels from water bottles before delivering them to the secretary, because apparently, he can't be expected to do that himself. And then there's the helicopter. The U.S. Park Police Aviation Unit, normally reserved for medical emergencies, law enforcement, and high-risk operations, was used to transport Burgum across town. Why? Presumably so he wouldn't miss his cookies while stuck in traffic. So here we are, park rangers laid off, scientific programs axed, government workers furloughed. But choppers are flying and cookies are baking, all to serve the vanity of Trump-appointed officials. So, tell us more about that government efficiency you promised. Let me know if you'd like a version that tones it down, makes it more formal, or rewrites it for a different platform like a blog post or op-ed.